We are ready.
Okay, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Zero10 Podcast. This morning we have Robin Wiseman on with us. Robin, as I was just telling Josie, Robin and I go way back to high school. We went to Bismarck High School. We are demons. We are Bismarck demons. Still very proud of that fact. And Robin is Robin's our guest this morning. So good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for asking me to be on.
Absolutely. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from the hallway that's connected to the shop.
Oh, what? Okay, tell us about your shop.
Well, my little shop here in Beach, North Dakota is kind of an eclectic little mercantile of sorts. So we have everything from homemade pies to salted bourbon caramel rolls and
Oh my gosh.
row casa products that are all natural, non-toxic, to biscuit mixes, to cornbread, to apparel. And we just wanted to make an environment where people in our community could come and have those conversations that were kind of leading us in this demographic of generations where nobody really met for pie and coffee anymore. We were just on our phones. So we've created this atmosphere and it's really taken off.
Do you think not just on the phones, but grab and go, right? Grab and go has become such a thing.
Yes, we are a society of fast and furious and get it now. Yes. Yeah. No slowing down. Yes.
Right. That is awesome. That is awesome. And when did you open?
I opened on August 21st of 2025.
Okay. Is this your first business?
This is my very, very first entrepreneur business. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I worked for an oil company where we fused poly lines to get water to frac jobs or whatever they need. And I did that for over 16 years. Well, my company got sold and I got a retirement severance package, and I just didn't want to be bored because I thought I was a little too young to be retired. So I used some of my retirement fund to start this little business.
So cool.
How has your community responded to your opening of your business?
Oh my gosh. It has been amazing. The support I have gotten from even like businesses, but not, similar, but not the same. The support has been really, really great. I mean, it's a small town. You're not going to have everyone love you. I have that 1%, but the 99.9% have been absolutely beautiful to me. I mean, so kind.
That's awesome. Are you attracting outlying? Like I know someone from Bismarck who was in Medora and went to go see you. So I think have you brought some of that into your community also?
Oh my gosh, Andi, it's been fabulous. So I even have a book where you check out, and in the month of September, within a 14-day period, I had people in here from Boston to Brazil. It was phenomenal. But yes, the outlying people that are here, I've got Glendive, Sydney, Bismarck, Mandan, Hebron, Dickinson. Yeah, they come out a lot. It's really wonderful to see that many people have heard about me or just want to see what I've got.
How are people hearing about you? Like, what are you doing for that?
Well, this is so funny. I used to work at Southwest Grain many, many, many moons ago, and Jody Kurzman from KFOR used to call in for the grain prices, and I used to give them to her every week. And we became fast friends. Well, when I opened in August, Jody said, "Robin, please let me do a segment." And I said, No, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. Well, then here in, I think it was November, somebody had emailed her, not just someone, but like half a dozen people emailed Jody Kurzman, and she came out and she did a wonderful little segment, and it was on KFYR News a couple different times, and it just exploded from that.
So awesome.
And of course, social media.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, you do a really good job with social media, which, that's the world we live in.
It is.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that piece of it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I hate how it paralyzes my mind sometimes. Like, what am I going to put up today? Or what am I going to do this? I don't like being a slave to it because I find myself putting too much time and energy to it, and then it just drains me, and then I think, oh, that wasn't very good, and I second guess it. I am not a social media girl anymore. The older I get.
Do you have employees and do they embrace some of that for you?
I have one dear friend that helps me out when she needs, and she is such a hoot. I mean, she's a total clown. Her name is Sherry Zachman, and she's fabulous. She retired from the bank here in town, so she's been retired, and she wanted to do some baking, and I brought her on, and she's just been such an asset, and she is so fun to do a little social media with. But yeah, it's a good thing.
That is
Other
good.
than that, it's just me. I'm a one-man show.
Good for you, Robin. This is great. This is
Thanks.
so great. Just for listeners that maybe don't know where Beach is, you mentioned some towns around it. So what is like what's the size of Beach?
We're just shy of 1,000 people, I believe. The last time I had checked, we're just around 900 population.
Okay.
Are about 15 to 20 minutes from Medora and about 45 minutes from Glendive. We are probably 6 miles from the Montana border.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it. When I think of Glendive, I thought that Glendive is a big rodeo college. So
yep,
when you said Glendive, I'm like, is there a Glendive in North Dakota? But you're just way over there.
yep. Dawson Community College. That's pretty much a
Yes.
college over there. Yes.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
cool.
And really,
What, how did you end up in Beach?
how did I? Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time for this one.
Right, right. I mean, generally speaking.
Sure. So, I am a North Dakota native, like you know, and
Mhm.
I was previously married, and I was living in Pendleton, Oregon, and
Mhm.
out, that my ex-husband, was having an affair, and we divorced. I moved back, and a gentleman from Baker, Montana, and I started dating, and I had some dear friends that had a brother pass away, and they had just built him a new home south of Sentinel Butte, and they reached out to us and asked if we wanted to purchase it. So we bought this beautiful place south of Sentinel Butte, and that's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Beach, and that's how we got here.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. So do you live out in the country then, or do you live right in town? Okay.
No, we live south of Sentinel Butte, roughly about 8 miles in the middle of nowhere in these beautiful rough hills, just on the outskirts of the Badlands of Medora.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how did this idea come about, and then how did you communicate that with your husband? And
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
how it was over a year ago, how it really came into being on the forefront of I'm going to do this. We were sitting in church one day, and Father Nicholas Vetter said, "We are becoming a nation of lonely people when we're sitting right next to our loved ones. We're just doomsday scrolling on our phones." And it just was just so pertinent in my mind. Like, he's right. We're not having these conversations that we need to have. Well, long story short, my company had let us know we were going to be selling, and I just put it in high gear to do something like this. But I also remembered growing up, and my grandmother would always make dinner in Medina, North Dakota, and every day she would go up and have pie with her friends faithfully at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's like not two or three ladies. This is like a half dozen ladies would gather for pie. And I thought, nobody's doing that anymore. And so I just like high put it into gear, and here we are.
I love that. That's so great.
I mean, it really is. I mean, even in Bismarck, if you remember the Drumstick Cafe, do you remember the Drumstick Cafe next?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Place was full. I mean,
Yeah.
they had pancakes the size of saddle blankets, and everybody was visiting. And it's not happening anymore. And now, what is another one that just closed up? Oh, the Little Cottage Cafe just closed up, and that was another place. It's just we're losing these little niches of gathering places, and I just wanted to bring it back.
So I didn't hear that the little cottage cafe closed.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Sadly.
it. Yeah. Well, that's so cool. That's so cool. Do you have do you have some family around there then?
Uh, uh, Two of my children live in Dickinson, and
Okay.
One of my children live in Bismarck. So no, we don't. I mean, we are in a commute to be with family right now. Yes.
Right. So you brought community to your town, really.
I would hope so. Yes. I would
Yeah,
like to think so.
it's very
So,
cool.
okay, I want to go back to the pie because I want to know, like, okay, do you have different kinds every day? Do you kind of have it like a Monday is apple pie, Tuesdays, oh, I know you're closed Monday. Okay, but you get it.
No, I don't have a certain day for certain things. There's only one item that I do that with, and that's on Saturdays. I have my homemade egg bake with hash browns and sausage and cheese in my egg bake.
Mhm.
During the Tuesday through Saturday, I have a variety. It'll be like raspberry pie, pumpkin pie, blueberry pie, apple pie. It's just a variety, but then I also have a bunch of other things in there.
Were you a
Do you,
baker before?
yeah,
Or is
yeah. Do
this
you love to
new?
bake?
My grandmother was such a baker. She really was. And it just, I don't know. I feel so much love when I'm baking. I am not a good cooker. I don't like to cook. I like to bake.
I feel
Yeah,
like there's like a baker
yeah.
and a cook. Like I cannot bake at all, but I'll cook something for sure, you know? So it's interesting.
And I swear on my grandmother's grave, if you love it, it transfers to the food. You can taste
Yes.
it. Yeah.
It does.
What
Yeah.
time do you have to get up in the morning? Like, do you bake fresh every day or at night before, or what do you do?
It just depends on how much I go through in the case, if I'm baking every day or not, but generally I am. On Saturdays is my earliest days, and that's when I wake up at 4 and I'm here by 5.
Oh,
And then I stay late at night because my caramel rolls and cinnamon rolls have to proof. So I don't usually put those out until about 7:30 or 8:30 at night. So they have about a 12-hour window to proof. Because I do not have one of the fancy high-end proofers that are just about 6 grand. I do not have one of those.
Not yet.
I,
Not yet. Nice.
maybe.
Maybe. So do you do all of that there at your shop or do you
I
do
do
some of it
all
at
of it.
home?
Yes. No, I can't do it from home because that's not by health
Commercial,
standards. Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which would be nice to do some at home, but no, it's not allowed.
Right.
right. What do you do on your time off? What do you do on Sundays and Mondays?
Sundays, it's we go to church every morning or every Sunday, if not Saturday nights, and then we come home. We have a dinner. We'll watch some movies, visit some family. And Mondays, I'm off and closed, but I'm always back here. I'm always back in the store on a Monday doing book work and whatnot, and getting my orders ready for the next week. Not really much of a time off.
It's crazy. Josie and I have talked about this a lot, how people have, I think a lot of people have a misconception about what it's like to own a business. And I do believe that successful business people are the ones that are in their businesses.
Yes, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never owned a business before, and I did not have the reality check of how much time. I'm gonna lie, I had no reality to how much time I would be spending here. It the other thing I didn't realize is you have to have thick skin. You'd really have to grow some thick skin. Um, I never realized that part of it either. I just thought, oh, how wonderful I'm doing this, and it's in some days it's just you better stay in love with it, or you're gonna fall out of love fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's so
Yes,
true.
but what's the what, there's risk versus reward, right? So what's, is the reward simply monetary, or, what is it that feeds your fuel, fuels your desire to keep doing it?
I seriously think if you're going into a small business like this for monetary values, don't
Right.
even don't do it because you're not going to get anywhere ahead in that thought process. I do it for the reward of making people smile. I really do. I'm opening these doors every day, not for my bank account because it's not there. I mean, it's truly in how you make people feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. It's about community. It's about relationship. Um, I just like we said before, I never would have thought that I had this much time to be putting in runs so smoothly, because it is. I mean, even when you go home and you close the doors here and lock it up, it never leaves. Your mind is constantly going about, okay, I need to order this. I have this coming in. I have these orders going out. We have this holiday coming up. You better pre-order for all this. It's just, it never, ever ends. And it's not a bad thing. It's not, but you just don't even have the reality of what it's going to take.
Yeah,
Well,
until
it's Josie.
till you're in it.
Yeah. Josie, you had mentioned it earlier with one of our other guests is, wealth isn't always monetary, right? So,
Right.
yeah. So you're finding wealth in, other things that give you joy, right?
And is it necessarily what I should have added on that one a little bit. It isn't just the joy for others. It's making me happy that I see others. Yeah. And that doesn't come early on in our years. It comes with age. And I'm not saying a 20-year-old or 30-year-old can't understand that, but that comes later on in life, that life is so short. And really, truly, money isn't going to make you happy.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just had this discussion on a different podcast, but it was about that. It's like it's not as like age is true as well, but it's like experiences. So like the more you continuously and being present in the experience, the more wisdom you just keep gaining. So if you want to, gain this wisdom that you have, you got to keep trying things, failing, lessons learned, moving through it, and then sure enough, like the purpose starts to just unfold of why you're there, right?
Right, right. And the other thing is, if you don't keep your small businesses going in a small town, your small town will eventually, go away. And there's a good thing that some people don't learn early on, even in college or not. Economics 101, business creates business. It does. I mean, people are coming into beach to see what this robin's nest is from KFYR, but they're checking out everything else down the street, over here,
Yes.
over there, and they are giving revenue to other businesses, and that's keeping my main street alive.
100%. 100%. I'm from a small town too in Buffalo, South Dakota, and that's what you see happening, right? Like the more businesses that are successful, actually, the more like the whole town just starts to thrive more, right? Like if a grocery store goes out of a small town, that's really hard on it. Like it quickly diminishes, right? So like we just had we had the same gal running the grocery store in Buffalo for, I don't know, 40 years, right? And she just sold to somebody who I went to high school with. Him and his family now bought this grocery store. And yes, like, I mean, it serves its purpose, right? It's got all the things that you would need. It keeps people coming to town versus going to Bismarck or going to, Spearfish or wherever to go to Walmart, right? It just keeps it rolling. And if that were to go away, that would be really, really hard on us.
I
Really
agree.
hard. Yeah. So cool. So you said economics 101. Did you take a business courses in college?
I took some farm and ranch management.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Numbers, right? Still
Still
numbers.
numbers. It is. A lot of those things are all the same foundationally.
Yeah. I mean, our small towns need to keep thriving in order to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. We used to play beach, I
I
think, in high school. I think we
oh,
played
you
beach.
probably did.
Yeah.
And
Not far.
I have a dear friend that graduated from Buffalo, I believe, Arndorfer or Holt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she was from Buffalo.
Okay. Okay. Small world.
Yes.
Yes. Nice.
I also now live in a smaller community, and that's interesting. And it's funny you brought up the grocery store because somebody bought our grocery store and there's been some changes and people are unhappy and they're like, let's boycott and go buy our groceries in Beulah. And I'm like, absolutely not. Not that
No,
you can't support Beulah also if you're over there, but like, right, as to your point, when the grocery store closes, that's when people should seriously start worrying about their community.
Mhm.
always say that a small town always needs a cafe, a grocery store, and a bar. It's the truth. And I mean, if you lose one of them, one of your legs going to go down and you got to somehow get back. But it's sad to hear people get on those bandwagons of potting or hating the certain new store, certain new owner of a shop. It's just, it's childish, and they're not looking past the big picture of, oh my gosh, this is revenue for my small town. I need to support this in order for my small town to keep alive. It's sad they get like that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I find that as soon as something is, as soon as there's a couple of eggs in the town that tend to badmouth or whatever, want to nix it, or, it's really easy for that to catch wind throughout the whole town, that it's like it's a conversation that ends up happening everywhere. And it's like, why does this even have to happen? Like, this doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why that happens.
Spreads quickly.
Small town is like fire. I mean, it will take off. But if you were in a bigger town, nobody would blink twice. It doesn't make any sense to me where we can't think in a bigger picture wise, and can't let our brains expand to what this can entail and what that dollar coming from someone else spending in our town can evolve for us. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why the roadblock is there and why the people drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Explain that.
I don't know. We need a sociologist to come in here and explain that, because I'm sure there's some sort of theory or whatever on why that happens. But
we do, but we also don't focus on it, right? Like, as a business owner, when my employees used to come to me and say, "Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing," and I would say, "We don't look at what they're doing. We look at what we're doing. We focus on us and what we're bringing to to our community, and we don't worry about whatever anybody else thinks," right? Is that an approach you take, Robin? Is just like, whatever?
Andi, I totally agree. And I couldn't have said it better, because a thief of comparison can totally rob you from your, thriving more, going bigger. Yeah. Don't do the thief of comparison, because it will just cripple you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want to compare myself to anybody else. I don't want to. I have zero desire, because, I just want to focus on me and how I can grow and how I can get better and what I can bring to my world, Yeah.
And, I sometimes when they get like that, they get a fear in them. Like,
yeah.
It's a fear. It's a fear of something. I don't know what it is. I can't label it. I even got a letter from a business 100 miles away from mine that was so upset that I was carrying one of their products 100 miles away from me, and they took the time and energy to be upset with me. And I can't wrap my head around that. I don't understand that. Okay, let's just take, for instance, in Bismarck or Mandan. There's a gas station that opened up on the east end of Maine, and another gas station opened up on the west end of Maine. Do you think one of those gas stations is going to write a nasty gram? "You're carrying the same gas as me. How dare you?" Why? What for? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
No.
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Is it human nature? Is it human, until, like Josie had mentioned earlier about learning the life, until you learn the lesson that that's just not a mentally healthy way to live. There are people that just do live that way, and I just don't give them any of my energy at all. I just, whatever, you can worry about what I'm doing. What's that saying? I don't know, whatever about worrying. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm not worried about what you're doing. Who even has time to worry about what other people are doing? I don't.
Yeah. Is it not my monkey, not my circus?
Yeah, but there's something, I don't know, something about, why you should ask yourself why you're so worried about what I'm doing. Worry about what you're doing.
Yeah.
What you think of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that again, Robin. Say it again.
None of my business what you think of me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No.
Yep.
No. How do you even have that time? I'm busy resting my old bones. Like I don't worry about what other people are doing. But anyway, I hope that hasn't hindered your movement and your growth and your forward motion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been so positive, and I'm so thankful for all of my wonderful customers. They've been so good to me. So it's very
Good.
nice.
Where do you see yourself moving in the future? Like what is your forward motion? Like what's going to happen to Robin's Nest in the next 3 to 5 years?
I don't know. We are very up in the limbo right now, especially with the Theodore Roosevelt Library opening up and we are being told 15 to 30,000 extra people in June alone to July. I don't know what's going to entail yet. It might be, it might not be. I've looked at some spaces that are bigger.
Mhm.
And to expand, and we'll see what goes with that. But I sure want to see what this summer brings with all of Medora.
I'm curious, how many people do you have seating for? Like what's the,
So I roughly have seats for just about 30 people.
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's tiny and it's quaint. And that's the feel I wanted to have. But if I go bigger, it'll definitely be, you'll lose that quaintness. But I'll try and envelope it with, decor in the room, trying to change it. We'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
Having 3 daughters, what what do they bring to the table? Like do they help you, or are they like mom no, or like mom this or whatever, or do they just stay out of it completely?
Well, my middle child, Michaela, has really, really, she's been a stay-at-home mom. She's been very fortunate, and she's really stepped up and said, Mom, you need to bring this in. Mom, you need to bring that in. My oldest daughter is very busy in the oil field. And then my youngest daughter, and this is even funnier, my youngest daughter, Ireland, she works for Pure Skin in Bismarck, and she is having her first baby. And she said, Mom, you just need to sell that store and come babysit for me. And I said, oh, heck no. I'm going to sell the store, and I'm not going to be a babysitter. But yeah, they're very, very supportive. And I just wish they weren't so far away all the time. But they love that I'm doing this. And I think it is just a neat niche. I wish there was more time for me to do with the family stuff. But keeping this running does take a lot of that. But they are supportive.
Well, and you just opened in August, like good good for you. I mean, seriously, the first few years are very, you're just learning. You're learning it all. So yeah, it'll take a little bit of time. So I'd give yourself a little grace on that. But that's so cool that like as a daughter, empty nesters, seeing my mom go through empty nesting and just that you found another a thing. You found a purpose, like that motherhood is completely different, right? And then that's kind of just my mom really talked about struggling with that. Like she just didn't know what she was supposed to do anymore, what meant the world to her when her kids were done with all the things. And so finding that the next thing for you, that's powerful. And really cool for the kids to watch. Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine.
Have a little bit of guilt though. I do. I carry some guilt because I don't have time for the grandkids like I used to. I do have that guilt. And I thought, well, maybe as we evolve and I can bring somebody on, maybe full time or even more part time, so than what I have, maybe I can, um, shift that guilt away so I can go spend more time with the grandkids.
Right.
Well, and the time spent with grandchildren is important. However, it's also important for your daughters and your granddaughters and grandsons to see you doing what makes you happy and right? That's super important for children to see that the world does not revolve around them.
I agree with you.
Yes, you need to do what is best for Robin. And if that's what's best for Robin, that's ultimately what's best for your grandchildren.
And
So no guilt.
no guilt.
No guilt.
They become, strong women too. All my granddaughters and my girls are as well. But I mean, I hope I'm setting a stage for them to see you can do whatever you want at any age. I mean, I really thought, oh, who's going to start a store at 54 years old? Who would do this? But you know what? I I wouldn't change anything right now.
Yeah, Robin did.
Yeah. Robin did.
Don't you love that that's the world that we get to be in? Because, it didn't used to be that way, right? It used to be you had a job and you stayed in that job your whole life, or women weren't allowed to have a job, or whatever the case may be. But like, we can do whatever we want.
And you have to understand you are a very strong woman in this world. You have to be. And you need to also, I think, let other women know anything is doable at any time in your life.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it sure seems like you've brought your personality into your space, which is really neat. I'm only looking at your chairs right now, the colors of your chairs, but also like how you showed up here today, like bringing that. I think that's something that women really have it's a gift. It's a power of ours to bring like this compassionate feeling to anything that we do. It's and creative, and we're, I don't know, people can feel that, and I can see that in your space and in the little bit that I can see.
Well, and I also think we as women, we have a job, and that's to build each other up, not tear each other down. Because there are, that few that do tear each other down, but I want to build each other up, because holy cow, we can be a force if we really put our mind to it, and not just in the business world.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I say it all the time. Women are amazing. Women are just amazing. Truly. And not that men aren't in their own way also, but I don't know, women are just, and when women do support other women, I don't think there's anything more powerful, and as you said, but honestly more beautiful.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So we're excited to see where Robin's Nest goes. And we'll keep an eye on that. What's the best way for people to see you? Because, again, having known Robin, and we're not close friends at this point in life, but I've known Robin a long time, and she does bring her unique, quirky, fun personality to her socials. So I imagine that also is a piece of your business. But like, how can people see you and find you and learn more about you?
So you can follow us on Facebook, Robin's Nest, or Instagram, Robin's Nest, also on there. We're going on to Google here soon. I just haven't done all of the ad on that, but I will be on the Google find or search. But you can find us at Central and Main on Beach, North Dakota's corner. You just stop on in. We are in the phone as well. Like I said, Facebook or Instagram, and I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Seriously, this is I'm excited for this chapter for you.
Well, you're so kind. Appreciate you asking me to do this. I was like very nervous. I've never done one of these, and I hope I
You were awesome, and I'm proud of you. And I look forward I'm heading to Robin's Nest this summer at some point to have some egg bake, probably. Sounds amazing.
Well, thank you, ladies. I love you much. I hope you have a fabulous day, okay?
Thanks, Robin. Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.